Welcome back, everyone. Today I have another deck list for Zoro. This time I wanted to acclimate the deck a little bit more to the meta. So Zoro has seen a decline of play because decks like Whitebeard and Kiemon are the two most popular decks right now, and they have a really good matchup against Zoro because they get to remove their small things and they don't get to do their big plays. And at the end of all of that, you get to play your Whitebeard, yeah, but then there's an Odin over there, or there is their own Whitebeard over there, and you just get to you get outvalued by that amount of early play and a corner play. So you do have to adapt to those decks a little bit. So this is what I'm trying to do. I've been liking this card a lot, the Zoro, the starter deck Zoro, because being able to attack for 8 with the leader is huge. It's the number that you need to hit so you can hit the Whitebeard. This card has been really good. The cards that I took out to make more space for cards like Nami, which is really good against Whitebeard, and like Zoro, Luffy, which is really good against Whitebeard too. The cards that I've taken out to make space for those are cards like Vista, which is good in the mirror, but is the only card that is good in the mirror. And I took Robin out too because they're good in the mirror, but you're gonna see less mirrors nowadays, and you're gonna see more of those decks that are trying to they're better playing against Zoro. And you beat the decks that you already beat. You beat them still with this deck because you're still really fast and you still heal very hard because you're still playing a bunch of 1-drops that get pumped for free, and then you get to attack for free against the decks that you want to be super fast. And then you also get to play a Zoro, and this Zoro eventually is gonna deal a lot of damage, or they're gonna have to be forced to remove it, which is not always that easy. And to complement all of that, you're still playing the Whitebeard to just win the game once. Like after they deal with all your stuff, you still have a Whitebeard to be able to just win the game on the back of this card. So it's been really good. I've been really liking it. I haven't had any issues. You do have a slight more disadvantage against a strategy that plays like a bunch of blockers. Like they just keep putting like chip blockers, because I don't have removal for chip blockers anymore. But that's the only thing where it has lost a little bit, and everything else has increased in power. And I think I like it how it is right now. But it's up to everyone how they want to play the deck for sure. This is the deck I have. Let's see some gameplay how the deck has performed. Alright, and we're gonna go second versus Kiemon as we won the die roll. And we have a really decent hand here with double Nami. So I feel very confident right now. I got the jet pistol because I know the threats that that leader is gonna develop are gonna be mainly something that a jet pistol can deal with them, and that's really good. And I have Otama jet pistol, double Otama jet pistol, so that's gonna be really powerful late game for sure. So I did want to have those options available to me. My opponent is he only has a Momosuke, and he's searching with the Momosuke and attacking with the leader. I will definitely take that one. He didn't play anything else, and I have 2 Namis to answer the Momosukes. But I want to keep 1 Nami on the backside just in case. So I will attack with the leader and the one of the Namis, and I want him to attack the Nami back. Hopefully he does that. Yeah, okay, so it worked as a blocker, and I'm gonna play the Zoro here. As if he wants to deal with the Zoro with Yamato, then he doesn't deal with the Nami, and yeah, it's fine. Here I'll attack for 5. If he wants to out combo that one, he takes it. And I'm gonna play the Luffy, and I'm not gonna attack with either or, because I have to force him to do the action. I cannot give him cards and at the same time force him to let him just keep going with the cards that he's got on hand. So the best thing that I can do is just force him to deal with my board by playing cards. And if he doesn't have the Yamato, which he doesn't, I'm in a really great spot because I can take this life and then now I can protect my Luffy for sure. He probably should have tapped the Zoro, as Zoro is much easier to kill than my Luffy, because I will defend my Luffy. I kind of want to, yeah, I kind of want to keep the Dadan for next turn, as she's going to give me more value. And now I feel very confident, and I'll take this damage too, because again, I need to protect my board. That's the only way that I find myself probably capable of winning. I have to play around the Pawn Gibson, and I give him the best like possible way for him to defend the Okiku with the Pawn Gibson, which is by having it done this way, exactly how he did it. And I'm gonna attack for 8. So I was attacking for 8, so he could out-combo out of that one with the Okiku. And I'm gonna attack for 8 here, because I want him to out-combo the Okiku as well. Because I have the Luffy, as you can see here on the back line here, to do the same. And he does combo the Okiku, and now attack for 7 with the last Luffy. And I feel very good now, because I have more cards that he can deal with them. The only way that he can maybe deal with 2 cards would be if he has the whatchamacallit, the 5-drop, well, that guy, forgot his name. But he doesn't have it, and he goes after my leader. I take the life because I knew what he was trying to do. He was trying to play an Odin, but I already have the answer for Odin, and I felt like if I take that life, I was gonna win the game, because I can do a lot of pressure here, and I know I can deal with the Odin. I was calling my energy because I just need 5 energy to deal with the Odin, and I need to also keep up my Radical Beam. So everything else is just more damage that I'm gonna attack with these cards, trying to put my opponent to 0 life, or force him to combo a lot of cards to defend this. And that's exactly what happens. He was confident that he was gonna untap with the Odin, but now I just punish that because I can just KO the Odin. He can get something back for free, but then what is he gonna do? He's gonna try to attack my board. I have enough cards to defend my board, and they are bigger than my leader, so the most common sense play would be to attack my leader instead. But even then, I have won the board already, so I'm pretty okay with that. And I'm gonna take this one because I want him to go for game. Maybe, although he should never go for game in this spot, but yeah, so I just out-combo that. Because I knew next turn I was going for game either way, because I have a good enough board. Okay, and we're gonna play against Ivankov, and we're gonna be going first, I'm sorry. Which is really good. I get to play my Nami on 1, so she's gonna be able to exert a lot of pressure. He has the stage on 1, which is fine. Not the biggest issue. Here is the Dan. I'll play the Dan instead of playing the Zoro because I wanted to search. That's the only reason, really. I didn't want to play the Zoro just yet. That was just fine. Like, if he has a break, I was not gonna attack with the Zoro like just yet. I just wanted to develop my board. And I wanted to develop my board while drawing cards. So if I get another Nami, I would have played the Nami instead. And I'm gonna take this one, and here I can do Dadan and Zoro, and I'm gonna be really good next turn. And I have a full board, because that's one of the, like, I could say, like, weaknesses of Ivankov. Like, if I go wide enough, that's gonna be really hard to defend, and if I go fast enough, then that's really gonna be really hard to defend. The only punish to this one, and specifically, will be the 6-drop, because that can bounce back my my Zoro, so he can actually play it and bounce it back. But even then, I think I'm gonna be fine. It does have 2 creatures here to try to combat my board, but I'm not that concerned about that. I'm just trying to get to the next turn so I can attack with everything. And I know he's gonna try to remove my things, and but I need a better spot where I can attack, and I have better attacks because I don't have anything like that amazing right now. Here I have the Migra. but I'm gonna use this one, get a Nami, because Nami is gonna get me into something else later on. I'm gonna use the Nami ability to give it to the leader, attack for 6, ask for another 2k, but no, instead he takes it, and I play the Zoro. And next turn I'm gonna attack for sure, but this turn I'm just gonna develop my board. But he uses Brick Fist to bounce it back to my hand, so he's basically like playing a Luffy at that point. And then I'll take this damage. Again, I like to take the damage early on, because it just allows me to keep going later on. Now he's just gonna... Oh, wait, I should have used the Nami effect here, but it doesn't matter. I think I might have forgotten to use the Nami here. Let's see if I forget. Attack for 5s. 5s is really good against this leader. Not really that big of an issue. No, actually, I think I'm hovering over the Nami because I haven't used it. Okay, so I get that ability going. Attack for 5. Keep getting rid of the 2Ks. He had enough there, and I attack for this one, and he's gonna block, I assume. He could keep that as an attacker, but I don't know. I mean, if he has the Ivankov here, is his best play for sure. He attacks for 3 at my Sonny-kun. I'm going to defend my Sonny-kun because he wants to develop an attack, and he cannot like do all of that at the same time. He will play Flamingo. If he plays the Luffy and bounce back my Zoro, that's gonna be really bad for me. But that's something that we just have to deal with. He plays this one instead, but I do have an answer for this one, so that I'm okay with this play. And yeah, let's jet pistol. Yeah, let's jet pistol the blocker, and then use this one. Oh, I was gonna not use it on that one, but that's fine. I can use it as a 2k here. Then I have the dance, which attacking for 5k is just good enough here. Because I want to keep developing the board here. I'm gonna play the Nami probably, and then attacking for 5 here. I'm gonna need each energy, that's why, so I can keep attack. Oh, okay. So he hit 2 boss out of life. That's pretty lucky. Or I think he hit 1, and then I don't know if he played the other one. No, he hit both boss out of life. But that's fine. It's not like the biggest issue. I just have to keep developing my board so I can get going. I get a Zoro here. Zoro, I mean, it's fine. It's a fine car. It's weak to removal, but I'm okay with that. 7 is a weak number to try to get rid of the Zoro. So I'm just gonna take advantage of that. He probably should have just removed one of the Dans, because he can guarantee the removal on the Dan, but not on the Zoro. And any card that I have on board is an actually good attacker against this deck. So just removing bodies out of the board is just good enough. Now he has another blocker, so he's doing good plays here. He's not like in a terrible like shape right now. He gets to remove my Nami and then use the blocker as another blocker. So he's not like in the worst spot ever. I just have to overwhelm him here next turn. And if possible, if I can defend the Dan, depending on what he does here, then I will do it. If he attacks like for a weak number, or if he attacks for 7 on my Zoro, will be the best case scenario. But I sincerely hope that he doesn't do that, because that would be a really bad play. Alright, so he guarantees the kill on the Dan. So that would be the correct play in my book, at least. He gets rid of 5Ks, but I think 5Ks would have been really good here, because I'm not going to attack for that much. But I will attack for A here. No, maybe I do attack for big numbers. Oh, and he's another boa out of life. What do you know? So this game was a little bit more difficult because he kept hitting boas out of life. And I kind of want to... I guess I have to attack for 5 here. he out combos out of that one. But I think I have to develop two more attackers here for next turn. And that should be okay. He should be able to remove my board at this point. Like, there shouldn't be any funny business for him. And he has 2 blockers into my 4 attackers. And I have to do exactly 4 life. So it's going to be difficult for me to win this one. Attacking for 8 is a good number, definitely. Attacking, yeah, this one for sure I'm not going to defend. And attacking with, oh, and another Ivankov. That's very good. What do you play for that one? I'm just waiting on that for my opponent to get that information. I do have a Migra here. Ooh, that's a Luffy, and how he bounces back my Zoro. So that is a really terrible spot for me. And he destroyed a blocker to do that. I think that's a mistake, however. He should have destroyed one of the Ivankovs. Now I do actually have a way to maybe win this game. Because the best thing that he can have, I mean, I really cannot play around like a love beam. You have that, you have that. But I could play around the him having 2-2Ks. And here, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to attack for 2, 7, 8, 9, I think. Yeah. I'm going to attack for 9 here because I know 2-2Ks is not enough to combo that one. And then here I have the... Oh, no, that one. I have Migra into Makimo to give my Nami a nice, plus the 2 energy, a nice 11k attack here. And that's enough. That's, yeah, able to win on the back of that one. If he would have kept the blocker, I do a different play here. Okay, and we're gonna play against Kiemon again. This hand going second now. Yeah, again, I chose to go second, but he's very good because he has the Whitebeard. And I will develop, I can either develop the Gordon or the Brook, because it's kind of, I'm kind of torn, because if I do develop these cards, he could have a Yamato and really punish my play. But I don't want him to just free get 2 searchers. So that's what I'm trying to prevent by doing this. And that's just how I have to play this one here. But if he does have the Yamato, then I do get a little bit punished. But no, okay, so he doesn't have the Yamato, and he does have a killer instead. I'll take the 5. Now I have too many cards that I cannot counter with, and that has me a little bit worried. So maybe I should have attacked with the Brook so that he can act as a blocker for that turn. But I'm sure he also wants to get rid of the Zoros either way. So I am going to just play the Zoro here. My opponent is going into 5 energy. 5 is an okay number here. I don't really know where he's trying to go with this, but that's fine. I mean, I don't know what... I mean, he could play the Yamato, attack my Zoro for 7. I think at that point I just let it go. But no, he attacks for this number, for 6. And I'll take it because I want cards in my hand. And now he plays the Yamato. Now he could put me to 0 life. I mean, to 1 life if he attach all the energy. But then he will be using all his energy for that, or most of his energy for that. So let's see how much he puts into that play, and I'll respond based on that. Okay, so he attacks for 9, so that he wants a 2-2Ks and a 1. I could have combo out of this one, but I think it's fine to take this damage, because then I force him to try to go for game, and if he doesn't develop an Odin instead of trying to go for game, that's gonna be good for me. Like if he tries to go for game consistently for the remaining of the game, it's gonna be fine. However, I do draw a second Whitebeard, and that could come back to bite me. But I'm able to attack for 9 through all these blockers, so that's very good for me. And I am gonna play, yeah, I'm gonna attack for 8, I mean. And I'm gonna attack for 6. I guess I should have attacked for 6 first, but I mean, he has enough blockers to where that doesn't really matter. Now he doesn't, I mean, again, the best card that he can play is the Odin. I do have the Whitebeard to answer the Odin, so I don't necessarily just lose to the Odin next turn. But I do gotta put him like low enough to where like that's not even a problem. So it really depends on what my opponent does here. And then I'll play the Zoro, the best play that I can do. And then here I'm expecting the Odin. He has the Drake instead, so he KOs my my Zoro, and then he can attack for 7 maybe. In which case I do have to out combo. But let's see what he does. He uses one of the energies for a defense, and then nothing. I'm not sure what he's gonna do. He could attack for 5, but then attacking for 5 is not really a good number. So yeah, this is what being at 1 life does to opponents, and you should be careful when you do this, because yeah, I'm like, you could do big numbers, but then you're not keeping up to energy, which is really important here, and you're not doing much at that point. And then you're trying to just go for game when, like, I'm also developing my board, and eventually I'm gonna be able to just also go for game. Maybe I should have attacked with my board here, however, because I didn't wanna, because if I attack with my board, then they are weaker than my leader, so I kind of wanted to keep them just in case. But also at the same time, I'm a 7k leader, so I have enough defense to where, like, if he tries to go for game, then I have enough defense. But let's see what he does here. Again, I have to react to what he's doing, and that's why I didn't want to attack with the cards that I had on board. Okay, so he's trying to go for game, not playing the Odin, and I can punish that by just defending this turn and playing a Whitebeard next turn. Like, you have to keep developing. The trying to go for game is not that good when you have this many characters out. Okay, next turn I'm gonna attack with everything. I'm gonna be able to defend my turn 1 more turn. Like here, the Drake is not gonna do anything. He could attack for 5, but then I have enough defense for that. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. You need more than that. And then draw for turn. I'll play another Whitebeard, and then here I'm gonna have, okay, so my opponent surrendered, but this turn I was gonna have attack for 6 on the Luffy, then attack for 7 on the Zoro, then attack for 8 on the other Zoro, on the 3 mana Zoro, and then attack for 10. And I have a 7k leader, and I have 10k counter here. So I was pretty confident I was gonna be able to make it out of that. I was, at the very least, I'm gonna put my opponent to 1, or I'm gonna be able to, well, I don't think my opponent was in that bad shape and stuff. And actually, I should have attacked with the Zoro first, if that because he has 3 energy up. So I would attack with the Zoro first. But I don't know what my opponent was doing. I think he was blinded. If he considered because he didn't have enough counter power, it's because he should have been playing, like, developing his board. That's what he should have been doing here, I think. I don't know what he considered with so many cards in hand. So the only reason that I'm thinking is he has too many cards that he cannot counter with. And the only reason that you will have so many cards that you can counter with is because you didn't develop your board, and when you should have. Okay, and we're gonna play against Garp here. Garp, I mean, I don't think I have a matchup against Garp. I think he's a 4-life leader, and I can take advantage of that, especially if I go wide enough. They should not be able, especially if they don't make a turn 2 play. I can definitely go wide enough. I'll play the Nami, get the Luffy, and then I gotta play around the Palm. Slightly play around, I guess. So I'll attack for 6. And I assume he's gonna KO my Nami, the one that gets a free energy. There you go. But now I can play my Zonikun and I can play my Makimo. So I do have 2 1-drops, so he probably wants to get rid of the Makimo. But then I have 2 attackers, which is fine. That's probably the spot where I wanna be. And I'll take damage because I need the cards. That's a decent draw. It's not the best. It's not the worst. And I'll attack for 5. And I'll play the Luffy, but one attack with it because I want to have 1 more card in my hand. And I'm going to force him to remove my board. Or I will attack with everything next turn. Either way, it doesn't matter. He does have a removal here, but also he doesn't have enough cards in hand to defend this guy probably. So I feel really okay. And I'm gonna attack it because I want more cards out of his hand. I want to clear his board. Because if I clear the board, he won't be able to answer back and kill my board. And that's exactly where I want to be. Attack for 7 here. Okay, he blocks. And I will play the Luffy and attack for 7. He blocks. And then I'll play the Makimo. And I have 5 cards on board. And I'm able to just keep pressuring this guy. If he wants to defend it, that's fine. But then he has 0 cards in hand, so he cannot remove by FX. And he can only get rid of 2 cards in my board. So I am very okay with this result. And he does have to get rid of some cards out of my board. And if my Makimos are alive, I get to use them again for free. And if my Luffy survives, I don't think he's gonna, but I mean, here, and if he attacks with the Garp, I get to kill it for free next turn. And again, this is just the outcome that I want to see here. Now I have 2 Whitebeards, and I'm actually just gonna just keep doing attack for 7. I should have attacked with the small guys first, but I want to divert my opponent from attacking my leader. So I am gonna use the Makimos and the Nami here to just attack. I could have just fall into a palm here, but I mean he didn't have anything. I was gonna fall to that either way, so there's nothing I really could have played around. I mean, I guess it could have attacked with them first, but I mean it doesn't really matter. And yeah, he just cannot defend the next turn anymore. And next turn I just get to play another Whitebeard, and I just win this matchup for free. Because if he wants to KO my Whitebeard now, he won't be able to clear the cards that I have on board, and then they're gonna pressure him again for free if he doesn't get rid of them. So I have him in this loop where it's just impossible to recover from. Alright, and for final thoughts, the deck, I liked it a lot. I've been liking this Zoro, and I'm gonna make more decks with this card because it is really good. Being a 6k on defense, you can protect it a lot like easier, and then it's at 8k on offense. So it is like a really good card for like really cheap investment on energy. 3 energy is really not a lot, and you're able to defend it, and it's gonna do a lot of damage, a lot better than the other Zoro is gonna do. So it evens out by the fact that it doesn't have rush, but it does evens out, and it gives a lot of other dimensions to the deck where it didn't have it before. So I've been really liking this list. But yeah, I mean, let me know what you think about this. If you try, let me know if you did well with that one. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and have a good day.